Liquidity is particularly important, I think, for institutions that have any kind of leverage.
Liquidity is of particular importance to us because of the potential for UniSwap gems. And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode of the Side Hustle to Win experience. This is where we get together to discuss the issues that you really care about. In this episode, we are going to talk about liquidity, right? So liquidity is important because you've seen the yield farming with the liquidity pool tokens like YFI, YFIFI, YIFI. Yield farming clones has been done to death. And it's still good, but what is that next thing, right? Because I said in a previous video, get in before the hype. So we are going to look for that next thing to do with liquidity before everybody else catches on. So this is the kind of content that you like more of. Please like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. Now, I want to personally thank you for joining me in my experience to financial freedom and come along for the ride. Please remember that I'm not a financial advisor and to do your own due diligence and research. Before I get started, please follow me on Telegram, t.me/SideHustle211, and like my page on Facebook, facebook.com/SideHustle211. On there, I give some exclusive updates that I don't get a chance to make a video on, such as the 3 potential UniSwap gems. I already talked about it on Telegram and Facebook. So let's go ahead and get started with the Alright, so this one, we're going to do it a little bit different. Usually in my videos, I put a couple tokens together and I talk about it in the same video. In this one, we're going to kick off a brand new series and talk about the tokens in its own episode. So this way, you get more content throughout the days. Of course, you're going to be wondering, what are the 2 other UniSwap gems that you didn't talk about in this first 1 of 3 series? Well, like I always mentioned before, my subscribers are among some of the smartest on the internet, and I'm sure you can figure out how to find out. Probably, follow me on Telegram, on Facebook. Actually, I think I tweeted about it too. So let's go ahead and jump into that first one. The first one I want to talk about, Tribute DeFi. Welcome to Tribute, a truly integrated, oh, look at that snazzy transition. Deflationary DeFi built for the community, right? All right, let's go ahead and talk about what is it? A truly integrated dApp economy. Let's scroll on down. I want to highlight something real quick. Tribute is a DeFi ecosystem developed with focus on community empowerment and game theory analysis. The Tribute community will shape how the project evolves and will be involved in the study of the interplay between Tribute's tokens and dApps, as well as their role in the larger DeFi space. Let's go ahead and scroll on down. We got this talk about DeFi longevity complex, game theory analysis, but the thing I want to highlight is, remember the theme of this series, liquidity. So, proof of decentralized liquidity. Tribute is pioneering a new concept the team is calling proof of decentralized liquidity. The liquidity distribution system merges elements of proof of liquidity and a decentralized autonomous organization DAO. Over the course of approximately 3 months, all of the initial liquidity raised will be randomly distributed to token holders, enabling the community to have a direct impact in controlling the token's stability and outlook. So what the project is going to do, they're going to take their initial liquidity and then they're going to randomly distribute it to token holders. And that way it's no longer in control of the team. It's in the control of the community. So that is something ingenious. It's something refreshing, brand new. So that's why I like Tribute, at least just one of them, right? So I actually tweeted, and if you follow me on Telegram, Facebook, Twitter, I talked about the pre-sale to get on the whitelist for Tribute. And that just concluded. Sorry, if you're watching this video now, they already concluded that. You can go check out the whitelist to see if you made it. And you probably want to send in your funds if you actually made it onto the list. So congratulations if you did. I knew it was heavily oversubscribed. There was tons of people trying to get on the whitelist. And if I helped you get on the whitelist, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I would love to hear that, right? All right, so let's go ahead and keep on moving forward. Tokenomics. It's a ERC20, as you know, 500,000 starting supply. And this is the best part. 3 interactive dApps at launch. So this project already has dApps ready to go when this project launches. Usually when they do a pre-sale, they go, hey, we have a great idea, but we need some funds in order to implement this idea. Not Tribute. Tribute is already ready to go with 3 dApps, 3 products ready to go. What? Who does that, right? I mean, that's craziness. The fact that they already have something ready to go, that's refreshing. That's some legit stuff. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more about Tribute. Deflationary, 5% of the total amount of tokens transferred is burned from the supply, removed forever, increasing the impact of token demand. Okay. Self-cycling, 5% of the total amount of tokens transferred will be sent to a random wallet from the top 50 token holders as a reward drop. So this encourages buying. It encourages the whales to get in, to stay in that top 50 so that you get 5% of the total amount of tokens transferred. So let's pretend you buy on UniSwap, right? You're transferring tokens. 5% of that is going to get randomly sent to one of the top 50 token holders as a reward. Now, proof of decentralized liquidity, using a specialized dApp, initial liquidity will be distributed randomly over the course of 100 days to the community. So we talked about this a little bit. A lot of projects that will lock liquidity by sending the liquidity off to a burn address or to Vitalik, whatever. But in this case, the community gets control of the liquidity. So that this way, it's not just locked and burned, with doing nothing. It's getting rewarded to the community, right? So that's actually pretty cool. I like that. That's a brand new concept. Partner affiliates, they're coming up with that. Let's go ahead and jump into the dApps real quick, okay? This is the part that I like. 3 products ready to go at launch. And by the way, it's going to happen relatively soon. I believe they're going to launch right after they get the funds from the people that got whitelisted into the pre-sale and send their funds in. They're probably going to have the UniSwap listing right after, and then this project is going to launch. So let's go ahead and jump into the 3 dApps so you can check it out real quick. So the first one, Contribute. You see a balance, you see a balance here, shares. What is it, right? So it looks like you can buy CTRBT and you can sell it. And you got dividends. I'm going to guess it is, let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. 5% of all buys and 15% of all sells into Contribute are distributed to players at dividends relative to their percentage share. So 50% of the initial TRBT token supply has been withheld from circulation and assigned to Contribute rewards exclusively. So this sounds like it is an Hourglass contract, and it's a staking contract, and then they already reserved some tokens in order to provide it as rewards for Contribute. Let's go ahead and read about what they're going to do with that 75,000 Tribute. The 75,000 Tribute would be periodically injected into Contribute as direct dividends to all the players staking within the dApp. So this way, if you're staked within the dApp, you're going to get randomly dividends from this 75,000 Tribute pool. Therefore, any holders entering the dApp are guaranteed to receive a total of 67,500 distributed between them proportionally at the very least, taking into account the 7,500 Tribute that would be burnt and reward dropped from the total amount of transfers, right? Remember, 5% burn, 5% transfer as rewards. So this way, if you're in the dApp, you're gonna get a portion of this. Okay, all transfers in and out of the dApp will not be subject to the 5% burn or the 5% reward drop, meaning there will be no transfer fees as is typically associated with all other transfers of Tribute. That's pretty cool, so it's not penalizing you to get into the Contribute dApp. The dApp contains no developer fees. All funds are 100% distributed to the players. That's awesome. I like that. Note, Tribute sent to this contract is not eligible for the 5% reward drops. Well, you know what? Oh, it is what it is, because it will not be recorded in the holder's wallet, but rather in the staking contract. Therefore, staked holders will need to maintain unstaked Tribute within the top 50 largest holdings to continue to receive the reward drops. So you see what they're doing there, right? You see what they're doing. Let's pretend you're in the top 50 and you put some of your tokens into the dApp. And now the tokens you have in the dApp is held by the staking contract, so you're no longer the holder of it. And if you drop out of the top 50, you're no longer getting this 5% reward drops. In order to be eligible for it, you're gonna have to purchase more tokens and get back into the top 50. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Making the whales fight over each other. All right. Let's go ahead to enforce Tribute. Second dApp. go on down, trigger up. We're waiting. There's a trigger in here. There's reward drops. Let's go ahead and read about Enforced Tribute Guide. The Enforced Tribute smart contract will be seeded from its genesis with 75,000 Tribute token, equating to 50% of the total supply. Every 12 hours, the smart contract can be triggered by anyone to move 10,000 Tribute token. These tokens are transferred to a secondary contract within the dApp, triggering a burn of 500 Tribute, which is 5%, and a reward drop of 500 Tribute, 5% to a random wallet in the top 50 holders. After 12 hours, the same trigger will send 10,000 Tribute from the secondary smart contract to the first smart contract, again triggering a burn of 500 Tribute and a reward drop of 500 Tribute. This contract intercommunication will continue until the Enforced Tribute smart contract runs out of Tribute completely, meaning the initial seed of 75,000 Tribute will be completely used for token burns and reward to Tribute users. By the end of the dApp's lifespan, approximately 37,500 Tribute will have been burned, and 37,500 Tribute will have been distributed to holders as reward drops. So Enforced Tribute is a powerful driving force made to introduce a greater effective demand for Tribute by ensuring the supply becomes even more scarce on a regular basis. So essentially, what this dApp sounds like it's going to do is they're going to have 75,000 Tribute tokens in it, and it's just going to keep going back from transfer from smart contract A to smart contract B, back from smart contract B, back to smart contract A, constantly burning, constantly providing reward drops. So that seems interesting. Now I get it why it is Enforced Tribute, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and go into the last one, Tribute to Liquidity. And that is the theme of our series, so let's go ahead and talk about this. Tribute to Liquidity dApp Guide. Until now, many projects have spoken about transferring control of their project into the hands of the community, yet it has never been done to the efficiency that many desire. Tribute to Liquidity is designed to achieve this goal and potentially shape how token holders have control over their token liquidity. Tribute to Liquidity implements the PODL system by rewarding its users through a lottery system. Players purchase tickets with Tribute, with each ticket increasing their chances of winning the raffle. By the way, you have a typo here. There should be a space between through and A. Sorry, I know your boy SideHustle. I'm ADD like that. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. The raffle is coded to run once a day, ultimately selecting one winner using a trustless and secure random algorithm. Once the daily timer runs out, the lottery is concluded, a winner is chosen, and the winner receives the lottery pool reward. So what is the reward? The reward pool for each round of Tribute to Liquidity is a percentage of the total liquidity tokens controlling the Tribute to ETH pair on UniSwap. Of the Tribute collected from ticket sales, 50% is burned, 50% is sent to the Contribute dApp as dividends rewards to those that are staked. So this is how they plan to send the community the liquidity pool token from the initial liquidity provided on the Tribute ETH pair, and then gradually transition control of the liquidity from the team onto the community. I also like the fact that from the Tribute, because obviously you need to use Tribute to buy lotto tickets, 50% is burned and 50% is sent to the Contribute dApp, which is our first app that we talked about. Those people staked over there as rewards. So I like that you know, the dApps are feeding off each other. That's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going. Providing liquidity tokens directly to Tribute users enables controls to be passed directly to the participants as the project flourishes. This form of locking liquidity enables the user to have a greater control over the behavior of Tribute and its price. So users can claim their respective share of ETH and Tribute from the liquidity pool. Users can personally burn the liquidity tokens, further securing the stability of Tribute. So it's up to you. You know, you can be like what projects do and burn your liquidity pool tokens. That's your prerogative. So over a period of approximately 100 days, the entire liquidity token supply associated with the Tribute ETH pair on Uniswap will be fully distributed. This unique approach greatens the community's influence and the project's success in the long term and is an improvement to the conventional liquidity locking in the form of direct burning from the team after listing. Right, so they're doing this lotto once a day. You get 1% of the tokens. If you win the lotto for that day, you win the 1% of the initial liquidity, right? So obviously 1 to 100, that's 100% of the liquidity pool over 100 days. We get that? Okay. Overall, the concept of shifting control of the project to fully into the hands of the community enhances trust and adds layers to the game theory that is to be studied from the project. So I like that. I like the fact that this is the tribute to liquidity, the transitioning of liquidity from the team, not just burning it, not just sending it to Vitalik, transitioning it to the community who supports the project. That is something new and brand new and ingenious to me. That's why this is the first of 3 videos that's going to talk about what these different projects intend to do with liquidity. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you got into the Tribute whitelist for the pre-sale. If you didn't, they'll be launching on Uniswap soon. Which one of the dApps do you like the most? Do you like, let's go ahead and jump into the dApps. Contribute, staking Hourglass contract, 5% in, 15% out. You get rewards from the tokens when they send it from Tribute to liquidity. Do you like Enforced Tribute, where the tokens are basically sent back and forth from smart contract A to smart contract B, automatically burning and doing reward drops? Or are you a fan of Tribute to liquidity the way I am, where you slowly transition the liquidity from the team into the community? So I hope you enjoy that. Let me know if you like this brand new format where I break the video up into segments instead of all into one. Put that feedback down in the comment section below. And as always, there's a challenge for 50 likes on this video. I will pick the best YouTube comment and make it the subject of my next video. And I hope you enjoyed this as a sneak surprise to the fact that I put out a video so soon. And that's the other benefit of breaking it up into series versus putting it all in one video. I can do the smaller chunks faster. So if you want more information about Tribute, I will leave a link to the Discord below. If you want to find out about the 2 other gems before I make the videos on them, you can check out the Telegram, like the page on Facebook, t.me/SideHustle to win one. Like my page on Facebook, facebook.com/SideHustle to win one, or follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SideHustle to we one. You've been enjoying the content in this video? Here are a few other videos that I think you'd be into. If you have not done so by now, please like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. And as always, leave things better than when you found them and get your hustle on.